with TT on Hot 97. My special guest today, Rapsody.
Yay!
Friend to the show.
I'm so happy to be back with you, homegirl.
I know. I haven't seen you in so long. I was actually thinking about when was the last time we saw each other. I feel like
we was out somewhere. I feel
like in passing we've seen each other,
but I do not remember where it was. But it was out somewhere.
Maybe I feel like it was like an award show, maybe BT or
possibly.
Yeah, or something like that.
The pandemic is just
everything's a blur. Everything's a blur.
But we were definitely outside.
We was outside before the pandemic, kind of crazy. Absolutely. We used to run into each other all the time.
You was with Remy last time I saw you. That's what it was.
That was the video shoot for
with her on the horse.
Magic. What was the video shoot she did?
Black Girl
Magic.
Yes.
With all the chocolate and the on a set and in the tub and fudge everywhere. That video shoot was fun.
It was a time.
Yeah, it was a great time. Man, I feel like there have been so many great moments that we've had in the culture, especially for women. These past few years, it's been some great moments.
Yeah, it's an exciting time.
Yeah, exciting. How do you feel about you back out here? You got the new song. Everybody's talking about it. You with Hit Boy. How do you feel?
I feel great. I told him this is the most peaceful release I've had, like my own mental peace. Because most of the time I'm like anxious, I'm nervous, but this time I'm really at peace. Like I'm happy to be back. I'm excited about the new music coming. The new album. I said everything I wanted to say. It's a reintroduction of me. So
how long it's been?
4 years.
Yeah.
2019 Eve was the last release.
Right before the pandemic.
Right before the pandemic. Yep.
Why so long? Is there a reason?
There's multiple reasons. One, I'm the type of artist where I don't release music just to release it. I wanted to have something to say, but also the pandemic played a part. I wasn't going to release music during the pandemic. It just, that was not going to happen for me.
Yeah.
But two, the pandemic was a silver lining because it allowed me to sit with myself and some things, to run back to myself, to heal, to reintroduce myself to me. And that took time. And it allowed me to become fearless. And I had a lot to say, and any album I do, I don't stop recording until I have nothing else to say. And I had a lot to say. And it took me 3.5, 4 years to say it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. What type of healing journey was you on in this album?
First, it was heartbreak. You
Yeah.
know, number one. But heartbreak, it reveals a lot of things about yourself. Right?
Yeah.
It's never really about the other person. It's about us.
Because relationships are mirrors of yourself.
Absolutely.
You are what you attract.
Absolutely.
And sometimes when you're so knee deep in that love thing, girl, you really can't see the reflection until you really are out of it.
Well, the last one was a mirror for me. You know, that's why I'm grateful that I had the opportunity to experience it, because it allowed me to see myself in ways I had never seen myself before. So I think that's why it hurt losing it so much, right? But then you have to do the work by yourself. And that's just the journey that I was on. And then, I worked on communication, learning how to love myself again. It's just different things. So
did you go to therapy, or was this album your therapy?
No, I need to. I think we all do.
I'm in therapy right now, girl.
Yeah. We should always constantly check up on ourselves. But no, I'm going to eventually, but it was a lot of work I did myself, right? Yeah. Intentional about it. I had help along the way. I had friends that were there that would always guide me and give me advice and perspective. Sanaya Lathan was a big help. She put me on to this course that was super helpful on my journey. I just had to do the work every day.
Wow. So you had a circle of friends, a sisterhood that guided you through this space in your life, women who lifted you up. And I love that. I love that about.
Yeah.
I love that for you. I love the fact that you can call Sanaa Lathan during a time that you may need her the most, and she's there for you to be able to guide you, especially someone of age who has been through some things.
Right. Super dope talks with her. Super dope experiences, advice. Especially I grew up a tomboy. I hung around a lot of boys in my life. They were my close friends. So now to have a real village, a dope sisterhood has been everything that I think I've needed, that I didn't know I needed.
Yeah.
So my my sisterhood continues to grow and expand.
Was it hard for you at first to let those people into your life? Because, you know, I understand when you say you grew up around a lot of boys and stuff like that. I kind of was like that too.
Yeah.
Until I got older, I kind of understood the importance of having that sisterhood.
Right.
But it was kind of difficult for me to let down those walls and actually embrace that type of sisterhood. Was that a struggle for you?
I don't think it was necessarily hard for me to embrace. I think it was just finding the sisters, right? At first, you know, it was like, the women that I were around, I was like, I don't know if we have anything in common, right? I am not necessarily a gossip girl.
Yeah.
And I felt like earlier in my youth, you know, we were all young though. We did dumb shit. We talked about dumb shit. It just is what it is.
Just
Excuse me if
messy.
I'm cursing. Yeah. But I was like basketball, sports, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
So I gravitated to people that I could have those conversations, experiences with. But now that, you know, you're older, you go through a lot more in life and you like, you niggas can't help me with none of this. Right? So it was just, you know, finding the right sisters that, you know, compliment me. And it's, they're varied, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's no like one girl. It's just like good people, good spirits,
Good
no matter
energy.
how they come. Exactly, and that's I think what I was searching for. I had it, you know, my sisters and my cousin, but they older. Like, we're the people, you know, around my age group. So.
Yeah, because once you evolve and you grow, it's like you are on a higher frequency.
Yeah,
it's like
absolutely.
you can't allow yourself to be entertained by the things that no longer serve you or matter.
Yes.
Like you're not even entertained by them. So I understand when you're like, I'm not a gossip girl, I'm not this, because those things when you're younger, it's like a good kiki. You know what I'm saying? That might have made your day.
Absolutely.
You
And it
know?
still does
It
every
still
now and
does,
again,
yeah,
you know.
but it's not the focus
It's
anymore.
not the focus anymore. I have, you know, we protect our energy, right? We want to attract good things. So yeah, I like to be around, you know, good spirits and good souls. You know, and that's what it's about, you know, more than anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. I love that. And you also embracing the process, right?
Yeah. Got to. It's a journey. And you find that everybody is going to be on a journey. Everybody has a different timing in their journey. But, you know, this life is about always becoming over and over and over again, evolving over and over again. You got to meet yourself over and over again. And it's having people along the journey that understand that and that are open to growing with you, right? No matter how many times you change. So.
Yeah, and you're always going to change.
Yeah.
And adversity, as hard as it may feel in that moment or how difficult it may feel, but it is to push you to a new level. It is to grow you.
Yeah, I couldn't have got to this space that I am, this peaceful space that I am. I couldn't have made this project I made without going through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I don't want to be stuck in being the same person. There's nothing fun in that.
And when you in it, it's hard. Nothing beats a good heartbreak. You know, you got to embrace that. But that's just with anything, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not just saying in the sense of a romantic relationship, but any type of
heartbreaks and many things.
Many
right?
things.
I've outgrown some of my closest friends.
Yeah.
There's no love lost, but you know, you outgrow those and you have to grieve those things too, you know.
A job,
yeah.
a loss of an opportunity, or just different things. You grieve them. You have to process them.
Absolutely.
And they all are there to push you to your highest potential.
That part.
You know?
Yeah.
It's just part of the process. And you know, it does take a woman of a certain age to really understand that.
age or experience.
Experience, yes. Let me change that phrasing. You're absolutely right. Experience.
Absolutely. So I'm thankful for my guides along the way.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So let's get back to like the project because I know you don't want, we're not talking about the name and everything yet because I know that's still being worked on, but is there a song on the project that you can honestly say, this right here for me was my best one? Like I felt that this one is my baby.
It's tough. The album is such a journey, right? I had a lot to say. I touch on a lot of things. So I have a lot of babies for different reasons. There are some that it's like fearless, like, you know, I wasn't afraid to share that. Some things you keep to yourself, you should, and some things you can share because they give other people permission that understand it or that can learn from it. But then there's songs that they just feel good. Like I have my favorite. I can't even say the names,
Yeah.
but it's many songs just for different reasons. Some songs are super honest. Some songs are fun. Some songs is just growth in how you approach music and showing my versatility and having fun. Some songs are my favorite because of the lyrics in them. With this album, I wasn't as focused on what I'm necessarily known for, being like lyrical and all these metaphors and similes. It's gonna come out naturally when it does, but it wasn't like
You wasn't
a focus.
consciously thinking of
I
that.
was focused on being more profound this time because, especially like as a woman, I would love to be a representation for women and speak for women and have a connection with women. And I always thought my bigger fan base would be women, but it's not. So it was a self-reflection of, okay, what's my disconnect, right? What can I grow in to have a better connection with my sisters musically? And so it was like, yo, just be profound, you know? And so we don't always have to think, or you don't always have to prove your gift through being super lyrical and making people figure out how to break it down. Sometimes there's a gift in being profound.
Ooh, I love that. Because it must have been a lot of pressure for you to have to always deliver super lyrical music, even though it's a natural gift. Because there are women like you who have that natural ability to get in the booth and just go toe to toe with any lyrical MC. Like, so that part of it is probably effortless for you.
Right.
But I would imagine, or correct me if I'm wrong, it's probably more the public who want you to keep giving them that because that's supernatural.
Nah, not that I've seen. I mean, people love me for what they love me for. It's different. I got a big male fan base, and men love lyrics.
Yeah.
The pressure, I think, it wasn't hard to stay myself, but it's hard to be who I am in the music business and feel like, that people care or there's space for you, or, people value you just as much as they value somebody who may be more entertaining. It's hard to want to continue the journey, right? And that was a real thought for me. I said it in Asteroids, almost went ghost like Lauryn, right? It was a thought like, maybe it's just done for me. I don't know if people really care. But, I love what I do, and I had to realize the value is not in the numbers, the followers, the accolades, the Grammys, this award, that award, platinum plaque. It's in my impact on people. And that's what was like, yo, there's space for me. I don't need all those other things to validate me,
Yeah.
It's the conversations with people that are inspired and impacted by my music. That's my currency.
Yeah. And it took for you to do this work to get to that space of being okay with that.
Yeah, it's really unplugging from the matrix, for real.
Yeah.
And seeing the fantasy and illusion and all of this.
Yeah. It's interesting that you say that to me. I have private conversations with a lot of women who feel the way that you do and struggle with that, who are so talented and super lyrical, and they struggle with that. And it's to the point sometimes where they just don't want to put any music out anymore. It almost becomes like, this ain't for me. Do people not see me? Like, is there room for me? And I firmly believe as long as you have this gift that God has blessed you with,
walk in it.
Walk in it.
Yep.
Walk in it, because you are here to do exactly what you're gifted in doing. I don't care if 20 million people buy it or 12.
Right. Exactly. Those 12 that you impacted, that means something.
Yeah, you're putting it out to the universe. It ain't up to the matrix to determine your success.
Exactly. That ain't real, no way.
That ain't real.
Right.
The numbers be inflated, the marketing dollars spent behind it.
Exactly.
The amount of... we can go on and on about that part of the game. But there is something special when you're blessed with a gift. And I'm so happy that you're at a space in your life where you can embrace that and understand that.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you on that. I'm clapping for that one. I love that.
I'm going to clap for that too.
I'm a clap for that.
Thank you.
So is Ninth Wonders working on this project with you as your producer?
No, he's not.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm so blessed that I got to learn so much from him. He taught me so much. Guru taught me so much. This one, I wanted to be the captain of my ship, right? And two, like, they both were going through a lot of life, things that they needed to focus on. But this was what I needed, to figure things out myself, to trust myself more than anything, right? And not be timid and thinking that I don't know the answers. It's art. Just make the art, right?
Yeah.
And do what feels good, and don't worry about what you think your fans might, what you think, what is your favorite song? What feels good to you? What's the story you want to tell? What is your truth? And, it was a beautiful journey for me. I got to grow even more, executive producing the project, being the head, but I got to work with other producers and learn even more and even change how I create, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was exciting. S1 is a major, major, major contributor. I said that right?
Yeah, you said it right.
On this project. I'm so thankful for him. Black Odyssey, they contributed. Major 7, Eric G, who's from the Soul Council. We've been working together forever. Soundtrack, and Hit Boy is on it as well.
I love that. I love that. And I also feel like each producer you name has such a respect for the culture.
Absolutely.
And it's not, for them, it's just not about, getting in the studio and working with the biggest names or, working with somebody that's going to give them a Grammy because they got the popularity. I feel like there are producers who really just love the culture.
Yeah, they love the music, and that's what's exciting to me.
Yeah.
You get a bunch of artists together, and they just want to create something dope. Like, I went to S1, and I stayed at his house for a month.
Wow.
Him and his wife, I was in there putting groceries up, washing dishes. I said, I'm going to do my part. Y'all not going to kick me out, right? And we had such dope conversations.
Did you cook?
Right? Nah, I don't be doing that. Yeah.
Can you cook, Rapsody?
I could follow a great recipe. I can get down in that. I'm a dessert girl. But there are basic things like my mom taught me. I don't be cooking. I went to El Paso with Black Odyssey. Like, we was out there with no cell phone service in the middle of nowhere.
Wow.
Like, we just got to unplug and just be artists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting, and I wanted to get your thoughts on this because you did mention her name in the record you just dropped. How do you feel with when you perform I'm trying to figure out how do I ask this question. Like someone like Lauryn Hill, when people complain about her being late, and then she says, "You should be lucky that I'm here." Do you feel like there is a level of expectation that fans feel like they're entitled to that they shouldn't be?
Well, I mean, first and foremost, before she made context of it, I already had my thoughts on it. But people take things, Lauren says, out of context sometimes. That's the one thing I don't like about media. They'll give you a small clip and you form an opinion that's really not the truth of everything. What she really was saying was not that you should be happy I'm on this stage. She was saying you should be happy I'm able to make it here because I have 9 kids. So she was really thanking her mom for giving her the ability to be on stages, to be able to go out and tour, to be able to go to studios and make music. That was the context of what she was saying. It wasn't y'all just show up and whenever I get here, be happy. That wasn't the context of it, right? And I think she gets a bad rap. People just really like to run with everything just to uphold the narrative. Is she late sometimes? Yeah, but I've been to shows where she's very on time. So I mean that's just it. It's a human. I don't think she's the type of person that outrightly disrespects her fans. If she's late or anybody else, I really think it's for a reason. And it may be for us to be known, it may not be.
Yeah.
One thing I know, I opened up for her on a show, and this was the second tour date, and to watch her do a whole hour and a half of her own set, and then she does another hour of the Fugees, and then she does an hour-long meet greet, and then she comes back and meets with her family and friends and artists, and for her to still take time to talk, I'm like, she's like, my voice is struggling.
Yeah.
So, I went to 2 shows, and one of the LA shows she was late, but my thoughts was she's probably taking time to really prepare for her voice.
Yeah.
Because it was a lot on her, right?
And that's the part people don't get to see.
Yeah, we don't allow people to be human. we think we always know the answers. There's so many more stories behind it. Like, give people grace sometimes.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think the internet just amplifies that, right? It's like we lost a sense of like humanity in a way.
Yeah.
And it's like the same grace you want others to award you, you might want to award that to somebody else.
Right.
Because there is a human side to every one of us. And we either know it or we don't.
Exactly.
We are either awakened to it or we're not.
You know?
You know?
So that's just my thoughts on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I definitely believe, you know, it's a give and take. Like, fans, they show up to see us. We should definitely be on time. But I don't think it's just blatant disrespect.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So are you going to tour with this album coming?
Absolutely. I'm excited. You know? Yeah.
So is it definitely coming next year?
Yes.
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 Okay.
Absolutely.
You said that like, I don't know, I got to tweak a few more things. I'm going back in the studio.
It's done. Yeah, they cut me off in August. It was like, get out of the studio. It was done. I was like, so I was thinking. They were like, yo, rap. Shout out to Chachi.
They was like, nah.
She knows who she is. She's the greatest manager ever.
And she was like, nah.
Yeah. I need that sometimes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I feel like we all do, because when you're such a creator, you will never stop creating. Your brain is so wired to keep going and going. Sometimes I have to tell myself, stop, put it down. And I'll be like, just one more thing. And it's like, no.
Yes, absolutely.
Don't take on another project.
Right. So, yeah, we got there. We got to the finish line.
I love that. Well, listen, I'm so excited for this project. I'm so excited for you. I just want to take a moment and just thank you so much for stopping by today. And
Come on,
just
TT, we family.
thank you for just always being amazing. You're just an amazing person on the microphone and off the microphone. You're just one of those great human beings to always be around. Always have beautiful energy.
You do too.
Aw.
You always show me love. You've always been supportive. It's always meant a lot to me.
Thank you.
I told you the sisterhood is important to me. You're in my sisterhood. Always been. So I appreciate all our talks, all our run-ins are great. So
thank you. And I love you and I wish you well. And
love you too.
Please, you have a home here when you want to come back, okay?
Say less.
All right.
There's a lot to talk about.
Yes, exactly.
Hot 97 was good.
Oh, did she close it out on herself? You know what I'm saying? It's Hot 97.